Wow! Hey! This was an awesome night of Nickelodeon. Although it had its flaws, and I will get to them as I go along, but start off best victorious ever! It keeps getting better and better, never fails. So, starts off with the April Fool's joke Victoria's doing, and then Mr. Belding of Saved by the Bell makes an appearance. That was a startling surprise. Wow. If you watched Saved by the Bell in the day. Wow. Yeah, that was the real Dennis Haskins who played Mr. Belding. And then the flying chair, which nobody seemed to be paying attention to, and then Cat blowing the trumpet in Victoria's ear. Then Drake Bell, another startling surprise. And let's see, that just got me laughing. And all that happened before the theme song, so I just knew this was going to be an awesome, awesome night. And then you had the Wizard of Oz parody in the restroom. Oh. You know, it reminded me of the parody of the Wizard of Oz on all that. The Wizard of Cause. And also, as when Nicole on Zoe 101 was Dorothy on the Halloween episode, Haunted House. And Cat's like the Victorious equivalent of Nicole, so yeah. Then, all this weird news going around, and Liz about to tickle Victoria, that was just so hot. And then the anteater costume, or the lobster costume, attacking reminded me of the alpaca costume in Quinn's Alpaca of Zoe 101, only it was red. And then she runs through the iCarly episode into the game show. Oh, that was funny. And then the next scene, I want an Oompa Loompa. Oh, it was getting funnier and funnier, even though it made no sense whatsoever. But it was funny. And the lobster tackling Victorious and giving her the spanking. You know, at first I thought they were all just playing an April Fool's joke on Victoria. But then when Victoria started getting into it, I was wondering. You had to wonder, where is this going? And it was that unpredictability that just made it so great. And then it turns out it was all just part of the show, and Victoria says, thanks to Dan Schneider. Yeah, thanks to Dan Schneider, amen. Dan Schneider is a genius. Whoa! So, on to iCarly, and I expect iCarly to be similar, and it was, except nowhere near as funny as the Victorious episode. In fact, I didn't find it funny at all. The whacking with the stop signs, I just didn't care for. Of course, it was all a show, but let's see what. They said, have a bowl of soup. I happened to be eating chili while I was watching it. And then I also noticed they had to be out by 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, April Fool's Day is already daylight time, so that was a goof. But I caught that. They asked for a potty bush, and I'm wondering, what the heck is a potty bush? And I'm wondering, Will that potty Bush end up being President Bush? Will President Bush make an appearance? Well, thankfully not. Damn Bush. Okay, I'm sorry for getting political. I voted for Bush. He was bad, though. Okay, I'm sorry. Forget what I said about Bush, okay? Just forget it. Robbie and Rex appeared. Now that was great. And then, Victoria, or not Victoria, Jeanette starts singing the Victoria's theme song. And then the mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. And then Gippy pulling his pants down like Michael did on the episode of Zoe. Now that was just stupid. And then the Star Trek beat. Now, I have to tell you, I know why they did that. Because Dan Schneider is a huge Star Trek fan. So, after the best Victorious ever, I was expecting the best iCarly ever. But did not exactly happen. But okay, let's move on. How to rock? Well, same as usual. Go Puffs! And, again, as I said, Casey Simon is just bitter toward the Puffs. Not the right kind of character to be the hero of the show. And then you had, the super glue, get the hands stuck together, super glue. So unoriginal. And then he disguises himself in that poncho. Now, something similar happened last week on Bucket and Skinner when they handcuffed themselves to Kelly. And it reminded me of an episode of Perfect Strangers where Larry at his bachelor's party gets the fake tattoo of the naked lady he thinks is real, so he has Balky place his arm in the sleeve as he tries on the wedding band. Yeah, that was a great show. And then telling Casey she has to be the bigger person, and I'm thinking, amen. She's stooping to the wrong level, as I've always been talking about. They order a bacon double cheeseburger. Bacon double cheeseburger. One of my favorite foods. Oh. And then they're trying to make a solvent for the super glue like Totally the Zombie. And having the bad side effects like Quinn always did in Zoe 101 just reminded me. And then the poncho was 150 degrees inside. What else was 150 degrees inside? The alpaca costume that Mark was wearing in Zoe. Yes. And at the end, again, the reference to the bigger person. Well, good show. I don't know what to say. It was, stupid in a funny way. It was amusing, so that's what matters. Bucket and Skinner, yes, this show is back, second week in a row. And Elo as the human trophy looked like Gold Dust, the professional wrestler. And then we get the guest appearance by Halston Sage. Now, you know she's my favorite actor on How to Rock, so 2 shows in a row with Halston Sage. That was good. And then when Ashley Argota jumped out the window saying, "You'll never get me alive," you know what that reminded me of? The song Waltzin' Matilda. You'll never catch me alive. Up jumped the swag man and plunged into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, cried he. Halston was the one thing just making the show work. It was cheesy, funny as usual, having its usual ripoffs, but good. Oh, then he says, yeah, it's on the internet, it must be true. When they were trying the hypnosis techniques, yeah, anything on the internet must be true, yes. The whole hypnosis plot was just stupid. I did not like it, but again, it all worked because of Halston Sage. And I've been wondering who is the heir to Victoria Justice as the Queen of Nickelodeon. Well, I have found her. It is not Ariana Grande, Elizabeth Gillies, or Daniela Monet. It is Halston Sage. Mark my word. Okay, next week, the Kids' Choice Awards. So, till then, this is your Nickelodeon Nutcase.